Hey, everybody.
Hi, welcome in, everyone.
Hello.
So tonight is a very special night. We have Monarch Moments with us here tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about cruising, potentially a little bit about Disneyland too. Welcome in, everybody, and welcome Monarch Moments to our channel.
Thank you. We're really excited to be here and talk about.
We appreciate you guys coming. We really do.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yes,
so
we have tons of questions.
Helpful helpful tips that you can use. So if anyone's watching it on the replay, be sure you watch the whole thing.
And subscribe to Hitchhiking Bones.
There you go.
Awesome content.
And you guys, just your Hannah and Michelle and Gabe is coming in and out there.
Hi.
Dawn, and this is Kylie, our granddaughter, and William.
We have a full house tonight.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to
meet you. Don't have to sit there.
It is so neat to see you. Go ahead, William.
Just a little fact here. Today in Disney history, 1955, on this day, final construction began in Anaheim on Walt's new theme park, Disneyland. So it's marked 3 days before the grand opening on July 17th.
Pretty cool.
But so welcome into everybody. Welcome into those also they'll be watching on the replay. We're thrilled, looking forward to having some great discussion tonight, and just super excited to talk with y'all.
Yeah, and I was going to point out that 17th, I think, was supposed to be. I have to double check, but I know that the anniversary, because Disneyland's celebrating its 65th anniversary. That date. Why do I want to say it's like today or tomorrow? But anyway, this week. It's supposed to be the opening. The opening was supposed to be coincide with the anniversary.
It was supposed to be the 17th before they pushed it back. So
anyway, but
hoping they get that open.
Yeah, but they did have all their 65th merchandise drop today. Their 65th anniversary.
Oh wow!
Disneyland dropped today. That was,
we will definitely have to.
Yeah, I'd say for sure had to check that out.
That was a whole ordeal.
Was it on Shop Disney, Michelle?
What's that?
Was it on Shop Disney?
On Shop Disney.
Yeah. See, I didn't even know. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Thousands of people waiting.
70,000 or something like in the queue. It was crazy. So.
How did we miss that, William? I don't know how we missed that.
Just busy today. This morning I was outside doing yard work, and you were watching Kylie and Wyatt, and then we had lunch, and y'all drove home, and I was busy with, trying to corral Wyatt, so just missed it.
Yeah. So, hey Shelly, hey Jeffrey.
It's nice to see everybody in chat.
Pam.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice to see. Big Disney fan. It's so nice to see everybody in chat. Shelly Starwalker.
Yes.
To have you guys here. We're going to talk about Disney cruising tonight and hope to pick Michelle and Hannah's brains a little bit on that subject. We have never gone on a Disney cruise. It is definitely on the list. We have cruised before. We love cruising, but we usually do Carnival. And Michelle and Hannah and the family have been on. Hey, Stephen. Oh, Kylie's dad.
Hey,
Stephen Bone. He's my eldest. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and let's start at the top. Booking. Did you guys go through a travel agent? Did you go through Disney? What did you do on that?
So what we did was Garrett was our travel coordinator. So he actually went through Costco because he got a deal with Costco on the cruise. It was pretty much the cruise was through Costco, and then there was the transportation. I think it was the Magic Express. I have a note. It's called the Magical Express that took us from the hotel to the cruise terminal.
Nice.
So that was
Mike was number 100 subscriber for them.
who? Mike?
Wheeler.
Mike Wheeler. Mike Wheeler was your 100th subscriber.
Thumbs up.
Yay! Congratulations.
Yay!
Hello, Mr. Johnson.
Jonathan. So
Congratulations.
All right, the old
And
runway
we-
railway little train whistle here. A little. Yeah.
That's
Thanks, y'all.
Hello, Mr. Danny.
Hey, Danny. Good to see you. So yeah, so he went through through the Costco travel, and it didn't. We wouldn't recommend that for a real complicated like European vacation. We did get a $500 Costco cashback, like a reward card, so that
Nice.
was some incentive. And
Wow, okay.
I think we got like a discount because we booked it super early. We booked it like a year ahead of time, so we got like a discount or like a pass on the deposit. So I know that was one of the pluses, but we also tacked on ourselves a stay at the Magic Kingdom, but we stayed before and we stayed after.
So it was
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
How
cool.
many days total?
Yeah, so that was and then our cruise was a 3-night cruise. So it was like
4
kind of
days,
4 days,
yeah.
3 nights.
Okay.
And so that was the only part that was through the travel agency, and then the rest we just kind of booked the hotels.
Oh, okay.
separate cost.
Well,
And
it wasn't technically a land and sea package.
No, it wasn't a land and sea
Kind
package.
of-
It
okay.
But
was
you turned it into one.
a do it yourself. But we had a lot of problems getting the coordination between because there's a Magical Express bus that's supposed to take you from the resort hotel to the terminal, and Costco wouldn't. I think when Garrett called Costco to make the reservations, they're like, "Oh, we don't book the bus." But then when we called the bus, they're like, "You have to go through your travel agent. Like, we can't do it like a la carte." We're like, well,
Yeah.
we tried to call, a travel agent said to call you guys or whatever, and it was like back and forth, and he had a really hard time like getting for the bus. And then the other thing we should point out about the bus is that we wouldn't recommend taking that. We would recommend actually, if you're staying in a resort hotel, to just get an Uber or some other transportation to the terminal, because what we found was that the bus pickup was really late. Like you could have got on the cruise ship really early in the morning, like if you're there, enjoy like being on deck and like doing the water.
Should have done, but we did not know that, and we actually took a later bus, and we missed out on a lot of.
We took
time.
the bus. We took the Magical Express, which was got us there, but it didn't. We were like, by the time we got to the terminal, it was empty. Like there was no. And I think we were like one of the last people to get on the ship, and it's like,
wow! So you're missing
for like half an hour, and the things that say.
So they were probably boarding festivities.
Yeah, so we missed I don't know that they had festivities, but we just missed, like the, drinks and the food and just hanging out.
Right.
But it is nice when you actually board the ship, they say like your last name.
Or your family. Yeah, they're like, welcome
family
aboard,
That's fun.
Yeah, and so, and then the other problem with the Magical Express is that they have to pick up your luggage like the night before, or they want your luggage like out, and we didn't get any notification, like we didn't get any instructions, and we're like, where do we go in the morning? Like, what time do we have to be there? Like, we don't know. And they're like kept saying, oh, they'll send you, when you're out at the hotel or at the park during the day, they'll put a note on your door and give you all the instructions.
Right.
We never got
didn't
those
get
instructions.
That. Yeah, we had a.
Wow.
We were supposed to have our luggage out by like 10 at night or something for them to like pick up to put it down.
Right.
You don't really want to put your luggage out when you're still staying in the hotel because you kind of need it like for the morning.
Yeah, a little bit.
It just didn't work out. Like it wasn't. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend that.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good to know. That's the type of information that would be really beneficial for those that would try to use it.
Well,
I think Ange and Jeff have done it too. Just Our Dream, and they said the same thing. Like they take their own transportation to get to the terminal. So
yes, and that was yeah. So since that was your first experience, when you go again, you'll know a little bit better how to coordinate it. But those are really things that we need to know. We might go out of Galveston about half the year, most of the time, and it's usually the Disney Magic goes out of Galveston. Now y'all went out of Port Canaveral, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Hello, J&N Travels.
I feel like we're neglecting the
welcome
chat.
In. John or Nancy.
Mike Wheeler, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Hello.
J&N Travels. Hey guys, Now, Jane Ann Travels, you guys know cruising.
Yeah.
Videos. I know you guys know how to cruise. And Pam's fam. Hey, it's so nice to have everybody here. Okay, so booking. I didn't even know that you could book through Costco. I just wonder, because I know you can book Disney tickets. I wonder if you could do it through Sam's Wholesale Club too. That would be worth a look, probably.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing that we liked was that, and the funny thing was we got that $500 cashback thing, but you couldn't get it until you took the cruise, and we booked it a year ahead of time, so we had to like wait
Oh yeah.
to get the reward.
But it is sometimes nice to prepare in advance so you kind of know.
Yeah,
Some time.
because we booked so early, we got to pick like exactly where we wanted our room on the ship, and
Nice.
you can
Right.
kind of pick, they give you
There's
the
more
layout.
options.
Yeah, more
kind of.
Yes.
That's what I liked about the Disney ship, and I don't know if it's like that with Carnival, again, because the ships may be different now, is that we noticed on the Dream that a lot of the cabins are outside staterooms. There's like, the way they have the ship configured, the majority of the rooms are like outside, and so they all have
Like balconies
or if you're on lower, you at least have a window.
Right.
But there's like limited amount of ones that seemed like that there were the inside cabins. So,
Okay.
and the other thing to point out is that we went on the Very Merrytime Christmas cruise. So we were actually on the cruise.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We were there. We were on the ship. Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. We were actually at Castaway Key.
Oh my.
And
So cool.
And of course, the cruise was our present.
yeah, the cruise was our present, and it was fun because we got to decorate the doors and all of that.
Oh yeah.
Our anniversary, we didn't celebrate anything that year because we were gonna just celebrate it all on the cruise.
Exactly. See, now Hannah, I would rather, we've done that before with our family. Instead of buying a whole bunch of presents that we probably don't need anyway,
Yeah.
we've gone on, wonderful ski vacation to Colorado, for our family. So do you prefer that, Hannah? What do you like?
Well, it is nice because you can create memories, but I mean we have done that for the past 3 years.
Not cruise, but
Not the
been away.
cruise.
I think been away.
I think
from
we've
there.
been away. So I haven't gotten an actual really
At home.
something in a couple of years. So I kind of missed that, but I'm very thankful that I'm able to go to Disneyland because I know not everybody gets to do that, and it is really magical to be there.
Oh yeah. Now William and I have done Christmas and New Year's at Walt Disney World. We have we rang in 2015 in the park.
Yes, we did.
Fun. How
That's fun. I think that's on one of our. We've never done that before. I think that's on our bucket list of something we were wanting to do someday.
they did a lot of fireworks,
And
and they stay. I think they have the park extended a couple more hours than usual.
They do.
now is the
Yeah.
fireworks show bigger and more spectacular on New Year's Eve and.
It was pretty awesome. They had a countdown in firework form. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, they did. Because we thought, how are they going to do, the
countdown.
Well, it's Disney, of course. So they did it the fireworks were the number 1, boom, number 2, boom, number 3, or 10, 9,
Countdown. Yeah.
The countdown was fireworks in the sky in numbers. It was
wow! Oh, neat! That's really cool.
Yeah. Mickey's Girl says we were supposed to take the Christmas cruise this year, but we canceled. Next year.
Oh, bummer.
I hope next year is better for all of us.
Yeah, I know the cruising industry is really, really hit hard. So hopefully
It is. And with no real opening dates yet. They really haven't set any real opening dates for. I really hope that we can get back to it. I know J&N and some of the people. I don't know if Griswold Family Vacay, I don't know if they've done cruises or not, but we love it. And so I hope they get that industry open back up. And I know the cruise industry is really hurting.
It's going to be different too. When it does open back up, it's definitely going to be a lot different than what people are been used to. So
it will be. What type cabin did y'all decide on?
Concierge, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. It was we asked Garrett because he was the one that made the plans, and he said it was something that the concierge, but it was I mean, it had like 2 bathrooms, and then it had the bed, and then
Creative travel.
The thing about
and then it had like a couch, but then above the couch was like a bunk bed that came out of the ceiling at nighttime. So that was like where the kids.
So you could
slept.
turn the couch into a bed, and then you have the bed on top of it. And usually the
pull down.
no,
Oh, the store.
the maid will bring in.
They call
mattress.
it there's a different name for it in the cruise, not in the maitre d', but I want to say the store.
Like an extra bed.
The service that comes in, they would get the bed out of the ceiling. It was really
special.
yeah. So the kids had bunk beds, and then we had a bed, and then there was like, a thing you could kind of divide, and then there was like 2 bathrooms.
And then we had a balcony, and I believe we were on like one of the higher floors.
9. I think we were like on the
9 or 8
or something like that.
Because
pretty much in the middle. We were pretty much right in the middle of the ship.
Yeah, but I
Did you
think
say 2 bathrooms?
so
And it had a bathtub.
Yeah, it did have a
Oh,
bathroom.
wow.
One of
Really?
them had like a sink, like a vanity, and a bathtub and a shower, and then the other one had the toilet and another sink.
So I guess it would be technically called a 1.5 bath.
Huh.
Yeah,
It's still really nice
people
when
could
you're
be getting ready, and 2 people could go to the bathroom.
And then there's this thing to
Well,
save
was there
like
a toilet in
electricity.
the other one?
No, there is only one toilet. So
Oh yeah, it was weird. So the shower and sink was in one, and the toilet and sink was in another. But so it was kind of like
Hey.
Interesting.
Yes.
And then there's a thing where you needed like a card. So if you have like an old room key, and it's a cool idea kind of to cut
for the lights, because they don't want you leaving the lights on, so you have to put like a credit card.
Probably not your credit
but
card.
so people use like room keys, from the hotels, the plastic,
Yeah.
to just kind of hold it, to hold it on, so you
wouldn't-
don't want to leave your credit card in there. But
Right.
End up leaving it.
I think Carnival's like that too.
kind of deter you from like leaving your lights on. Then they had those like not ship to shore radios, but the ship to ship phones. I'm sure like the other cruises have it, but they just didn't work very well. Like where you can each, you can each have a phone and like talk to each other on the ship.
Right.
But
yeah.
you asked about the app. So there's the Disney mobile app. So the thing with that is that you need to download it and have it ready to go before you get on the ship and leave.
Or else it'll be extra.
Because we didn't do any kind of internet while we were on the ship, because it's expensive. And I think there was some kind of a package if you needed it.
I would think.
But Garrett said something, and maybe it was through our cellular service. He paid like $10 a day, and he could at least use it when we got to the Bahamas.
Right.
Off the ship, like we could use it. He could use it. But I didn't want to rack up like $200 or $500 in charge.
Exactly. And that's possible because you never know what cell tower you're going to bounce off. And so we always call our cell phone provider ahead of time and ask them, what to do. And usually they'll give us a little package, we can, text for free. But if we make a phone call, it's, minimal charge per minute. But it's good to know that kind of thing before you go and get hit with a $300 phone bill that you didn't expect. So
even when you're like taking photos or something, and if your phone's like set to upload to the cloud or something, and it kind of automatically does these things, like I didn't know, I kind of just tried not to use it at all, or like do stuff or turned off like all that stuff, so we wouldn't have, because that happened when we went to Disneyland one time. I had something turned on, and it was like to the cloud, like back home, and like we were taking all this video, and it just I went like way over because I didn't have unlimited. I didn't have unlimited. And I got like a warning, and we're like, oh no, what's going on? Like all this video is like, so definitely you don't want to do that. So anyway, but they do have an app. So if you load it before you leave port, then it's fine. And then you can text to each other on the ship. So you can
use that, right. Like within your family. Now that's how Carnival is. We had the app, and we could use that to text.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is really, really helpful. Good to know. Okay. Now this is something that I love planning for a vacation. Planning is part of the fun to me. So packing. Now you guys I'm thinking here about logistics of packing for Disney parks. You got to do park packing. So you got to think about that. Then you have to pack for the cruise, and it's Christmas on top of all that. So
And raining, because we're from California and we don't usually
And we had
have
to fly,
a problem
so we
with
had to
rain.
have like keep.
And we had to fly, and we had a car seat. So
oh,
Wow.
oh
and
my
stroller. And
I
because
think we had like maybe 4 suitcases.
so we decided to Uber it to the airport, and they actually had a car seat like in the in the Uber.
And we got up at the crack of dawn, like 4.
So
5.
we didn't have to, we left ours at home, so they had one in the Uber. So we got to the airport that way. And then
And it was like a first time, like it was my first time going out of the country, going to a different state, going on an airplane, going on a cruise, going to Disney World. So it was a bunch of
she
fun
doesn't
stuff.
get out much.
And
Wow.
yeah, it was a lot. And so when we flew, I thought it would be much more like stressful going through like the
security
terminal.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
the security. It wasn't super bad.
It is for the parents. You know,
That's-
but I hadn't flown, since all the bag, all the clear liquid stuff. I mean, I hadn't been on a plane for ages, so that was.
kind of know.
I used to
packing.
fly all the time, but when you don't do it for a long time and all the rules change, it just becomes like
Mhm.
You
a
should
stressful
pack
situation.
what you need.
lot.
If
That,
you're-
that was a really ambitious trip, never having done any of that. Wow.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
the funny thing is that I think I have these if anybody knows, the Hunter rain boots,
Oh.
because I hate to get my feet wet.
Oh, yeah.
Did I pack those? Or did I wear?
Did I?
Why
wear
do
my
I
rain
want to
boots?
think I wore my rain boots?
I have my rain boots, but they're like ankle cut. They're like waterproof, but they're like pretty small, like a
I think
regular
I wore
boot.
my rain boots because I don't like to get my feet
Those
wet.
are-
And it rained the whole trip mostly that we were there. So we had our rain umbrellas and ponchos. We how to bring our ponchos.
We had like a whole.
So, yeah,
for
Denny's
that.
and Mickey's girls are taking an Alaskan cruise next summer.
Oh, that's what Garrett wants to do. Yeah.
Very cool.
So you guys had so when you're packing, of course you had to think about weather. Then you're going to a tropical island,
Yeah.
Caribbean island. So I can't imagine. I would have to make a list. I'm a list person in order to remember all this, because you got to have all your Disney stuff. It's Christmas.
Plus the fact that we're used to driving to Disneyland, like whenever we don't fly, like when we travel, so we
Cut costs.
well, yeah, but we bring everything in the kitchen sink, like our cars. Like, we have coolers, we have all the snacks, we like have food, and I'm like, how am I going to pack snacks? Like,
And yeah, you can't take it through. Like
the water bottle. Like it was just really funny because
we
like
had to get bought. Like there was like
we bring
some-
like extra shoes and in case something gets
Yeah, we
Oh,
had
yeah.
get
extra
all of our
jackets.
snacks. Like I believe after we went through security, there
Yeah.
was like Starbucks and stuff. So it was nice.
We just packed very minimally, and luckily it was warm enough that you didn't
And
need
pack
a
like your
coat.
whole try and pack your clothes like small if you can, and try and like sort it.
Well, we're big
pack
on
it.
doing laundry. That's the thing. So we did laundry on the ship. If anyone's interested in that, that was kind of
Interesting.
Is that okay? So there's a laundry. It's like a coin laundry.
yeah.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
do that. This is what we do when we go to Disneyland.
And we bring
So-
our own soap too.
Yeah, so we bring our own laundry stuff and our own laundry bag. And so
Usually-
we did laundry at the hotel. So we did it. So we do it at the hotel. We did it on the ship, and I think then we did it because we were there. So we just do a lot of laundry, and the laundries usually happen to be by the pool, which is nice because you just plop it in and lay out while it's like washing, and so it's actually pretty good.
That's
And
planning.
Nice.
sometimes they found a few things that weren't ours, so that
Well,
was a little
The
gross.
problem with the ship. So I like the way the ship. We were on the Disney Dream, and I like what they have is they have them staggered. So on different floors, but on different floors they're in different locations. So
Right.
they'll be like, on this floor it'll be at the front of the ship, and then on this floor it'll be like way at the back of the ship.
Oh, okay.
And then like 3 floors up, it'll be like on the other side of the ship, like but toward the middle. So if you're in your room, if you just kind of go up the elevator, you can kind of find one that's fairly close, depending what floor it is, like on your side,
Okay.
or you can kind of walk down the hall. And I had a problem is that the day I decided to do the laundry was kind of like the day the night everybody was packing to get off the ship, and everyone had the same idea. So
Oh.
pretty full. And they're a little different than the other machines. They're like a little bit smaller, and so I wasn't like real.
Right.
But usually it's just everything with a card, so it's pretty easy. Like you just bring your own soap, and then they have soap there if you need it, and it's all in the ATM machine, or not ATM, but you can use your credit card. So you just put it in and say like, I want one soap and whatever, and you get it and you can use it. So you don't really have to bring all that stuff. It's just like shampoo. So for us, it's just easier to just bring the liquid stuff.
We forgot to tell them.
But they were really nice because I had so much laundry. I was like dragging it down. I was so happy. And one of the crew saw me like struggling with my laundry bag, and he like zoomed it all the way down to the laundry room. It was really nice. And plus, I noticed the laundry room at the very end. I want to say aft because I think that's the back end of the ship is like way bigger than the ones on the side. So if you want a really big laundry room, go to the one that's like at the very the Disney Dream.
Yeah, and a lot of people are going to do that.
Oh, but we forgot to mention on the first day you go, they have like a safety
safety thing
procedure, so you know what you have to do if there's an emergency. So
you have to do that.
Standard, I think.
I think they call that a muster station call.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put on your life jackets, and you hope you never have to see them again. Put them back in the closet.
Exactly.
Anyway,
were there. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Christmas aspect of it. I'm sure Christmas. The only thing better than Christmas than Disney is Disney at Christmas. Let me say that again. The only thing better than Disney is Disney at Christmas time. And I'm sure that's probably true of the cruises as well. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like we're kind of neglecting our chat.
That's okay.
They're doing pretty well talking amongst themselves.
Garrett's like chiming in.
Yep, we do sweat.
Yeah.
Tide Pods are easy to pack, Shelly. There you go.
Someone's saying the Tide Pods are easy. Danny's saying Tide Pods are easy to pack.
And
snacks for the kids.
Well, we're always trying to, to cut corners where we can and save money. And, because we figure, okay, if we save money over here, then we can spend it on something else that we really want more. So it's always a good thing to do when you're on vacation.
One of the ways that we save money with the food is that we just ate at whatever restaurant they put you at. Instead, they have extra restaurants that are like the really, the high end restaurants that people you've got to eat at this restaurant. You have to eat there.
Right.
It's extra. We're already
paying enough.
We're already paying for our cruise, and the food's included in that part. So we're not
it was good. Like the food was
was delicious, and you can eat all you wanted. So if you wanted, that was the one thing. I don't know how that is on the other cruises, but it's like you could get. You didn't have to order just like one appetizer and one salad and one main entree. Like you didn't have to. You could pick, but you didn't have to just stick with one. If you liked all the ones on the menu, you could be like, "Oh, I want the steak and the lobster and the fish." And you could get it.
That sounds wonderful.
Get it to go too.
So
nice.
Can you
about Christmas?
Can
Sorry,
you get in?
you wanted to talk about Christmas on the cruise.
Oh yeah. Okay,
oh no, you're fine. I like talking food, honestly. Do they have any, I guess, kind of signature? Like with Carnival, they kind of have the chocolate molten cake. That's kind of their signature dessert. Is there any sort of like signature food you think on a Disney cruise that you can think of?
Oh, they had like signature free ice cream.
The Mickey ice cream bars.
The premium.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And the Dole, didn't they have the Dole Whip? Too?
Yeah, that was, I think you had
They have Dole Whip.
Yeah, they had
What
Dole
about churros? Do they have churros?
Extra.
Sign me up.
free, and nothing is really free. You are paying for it.
But
Yeah,
as far as food goes, I didn't really pay that much attention to any signature
And they do
dishes.
actually have free soda. Like you can get like iced tea, Sprite, Coke,
Cool.
water.
See, I was going to say on a Carnival cruise, you have to pay extra for that. I guess it's like a drink pass or whatever. I don't know, it's some sort of wristband or something. But yeah, it's cool that comes standard.
Yeah, we didn't pay for anything really when we were on
Except maybe like souvenirs.
Except souvenirs.
Tizzy notes, like
so like the food and the drinks. The only thing that's not included, I think, is the alcoholic drinks.
Mhm.
But we're not big alcoholic drinkers, so
Yeah.
we had one at the the send-off party, so we got like the souvenir, drink cup or whatever. But
that was like before.
But I even want to say you could get a
And then
drink
you can
with. I want to say you could get a drink with dinner, but it could be. Gary, do you remember? Did we get a drink with dinner? I can't remember, but we could. You might have been able to get like one drink, with a meal or something too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah. So, but as far as Christmas, Mrs. Santa Claus was there, so it was great.
Cool.
Yeah,
Santa
Mrs. Claus.
How cool is that?
She read a
so
story for like the little kids.
in the atrium, and it was by the Christmas tree, and she sat down in her chair, and
And I think there's like a tree there like throughout, like in Halloween. I think they have like a scary.
Oh, how fun.
I think it does transition.
maybe they redecorate it, they repurpose
But they
it.
had a tree in the like main lobby, and that was cool. And
Neat.
during some of the
And they had snow, so they had a party.
Oh,
Pictures that I sent to you, and it was so where Mrs. Santa Claus was, they had her reading. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Claus reading stories to the kids, and so they all gathered around, and then Santa came down the staircase, and then they had maybe some singing.
fun.
And then they had this big party where
yeah.
all the cast, like the crew came out, and then a lot of the characters came out and
I
did
think that was like the last night,
and then they had like snow come down, but it was like bubbles, it was like bubbles
The
of that, but it was like foam, but it was foam snow.
Yeah.
Snowing.
like gingerbread.
Yeah, like that. And then they had a huge gingerbread house in that same area.
So cool.
And
So I can imagine being a kid, like just how magical that is, like the
Yeah.
Christmas
Oh,
and like
wow.
snowing on the ship and
they
Oh,
have
wow.
character meet and greets.
greets.
Like I remember we met Minnie, and then I think we met like Vicky and Minnie another night, and then Goofy.
yeah.
Cool.
And I believe they were dressed up.
Oh yeah.
Neat.
And they have
And their Christmas.
their Christmas attire.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, well, that's the picture of you guys that I used on my Instagram post today is the one, and I noticed y'all had snow in your hair.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was from one of
The
those
magical
parties.
part about it.
So that's something you're not going to get on a regular cruise is, all the meet and greets and the interactions with the characters.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the big plus with there. And then they had an amazing kids club that was decorated. It was, I want to say like Star Wars theme, and they had
So
like a
that's the
Millennium,
thing.
Wow.
Millennium Falcon, like the kids could kind of fly it. It was really
There-
wow.
Oh, wow. No, I think I've seen that in commercials. The Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that, Hannah? Did you enjoy the?
Oh,
You know who enjoyed it was Gabriel.
Yeah.
He was kind of at the
Of
top.
course.
There's like three or four kids clubs, and there was like one, or I want to say four. There's one where there's the babies, the nursery. Then there was the next level up, which is like the 2 to 11-year-old. Does that sound right? 3 to 11, maybe 3 to 11. So that's kind of like a broad range. And then there's a crossover between from 10 to 17, or there's another older. So she was in the
Right.
middle. She could have gone to either one. She
Right.
preferred to go to the one with Gabriel just because, it
I
was-
have trouble making friends.
No,
I-
no, you don't. No, she just, I don't know.
I have a hard time believing that.
She didn't have any friends at the older club, I guess. And
I thought it would be awkward, and at least I know Gabriel, and then I could do my own thing.
she interact more with the staff, I think. But Gabriel, that's all he wanted to do was go to the kids club. He didn't even want to
And
leave.
about this,
Oh, wow. So he really loved the
yeah,
kids.
I did enjoy it.
And I like that they get got a magic band, right?
And they can't
So they can't so they know where they are. They have a tracker in them, and because it's a really big kids club, it took up kind of one part, not the whole ship, but a big section of one floor of the ship. You don't really.
Wow.
It kind of rolls into another one of the other kid club, and so they have these magic bands that they put on their wrist, and then they actually zip tie them on there
So you can't
that
take it
they
off.
can't pop it off.
So I got they didn't do that for me, which was strange. So I could take it off because the water, and you want to free your wrist from the sticky stuff
Right.
get stuck.
Mhm.
Then on like the last day, they're like, "Oh, why isn't it clipped?" And then they clip me. I'm like, "Darn."
Yeah, well, that's because they need to. That's how they scan themselves in, and like when you pick them up, they scan them out of the kids
And they
club.
have to
At all times.
And so I was impressed with the security for that though, because even though they like scanned it, then like a picture would come up, and it's like they kind of had to match the kid with like the picture, I think, of the parent. They did a good like matching system, so they couldn't just leave. And there was only kind of like one little entrance you can for them to go in and out. It wasn't like big open where someone could slide out undetected.
Very safe-living game.
like going into like the parks.
Plus, when you would go to pick them up, like I said, it was so big. They didn't have you go in and like hunt them down. They were just like, oh, and then they looked, and it had like a tracking thing or something, and they're like, oh, where is the cruise ship? They're like over here. Like they knew like exactly where your kid was, and it's like over here. Plus,
that's really cool.
Plus, they had the same thing when they went to Castaway Cay. Like the whole crew from the ship went over to the island.
And so they had a little kiddie area to like. There was like a little pool, I think, and a play structure, and they had games, and I think they fed.
So you just check your kid in to the island thing.
That's what we did.
And then you could go to the rest of the island like without your kids.
So Castaway Cay is a private island, and now since we brought up Castaway Cay, I'm sure they had all kinds of activities. Could you like book shore excursions for Castaway Cay, probably, or go to the beach, or what's available on Castaway?
All sorts of things. Like we did the 5K run, like at 8 in the morning, I think. So
yeah, it was early. It was like it was an early morning run.
There's a bunch. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Well, there's like, different excursions. Like you could have done.
You could swim with the sea turtles. I think you could have done like
I think like a parasailing. I think the Sea-Doo.
Of course,
the jet skis. And then I think like a snorkeling trip. So kind of the typical things that you would be able to do.
I think you do have to pay.
Yeah, that's all extra. Plus, we wanted to just enjoy the island because, to be honest, we were thinking we might go stay back on the ship and like do the aqueduct while everybody was on the island.
Yeah.
And like I'm the tropical island girl, and they have a whole what is that called? Pelican's Plunge. So they have like a water structure, like a whole water. I don't know if you've ever seen Castaway Cay, but they have this whole thing out in the water that's like water slides.
They had a bucket that dumped on you.
Buckets.
And it was funny because we were walking and the water was freezing cold. And we finally get up, and then the bucket happens to dump right as we get up.
About the weather. I gotta tell you that water was freezing. Like I know it was in the Bahamas,
and it was like
December.
Winter. I mean,
it was winter.
Ooh, well, yeah, because it's really.
And it went like
really. I was like. I'm older, so it's probably the kids that doesn't bother them. But I was just swimming out, trying to get to that.
Yeah, we had to swim out
plunge so that I could get up out of the water and get on the thing. And as soon as I got, she was talking
about your back
water, that bucket went and like dumped.
And then plus, like when we said, when you go down the slide, make sure like you close your mouth. And I did that, but Mom didn't. She got like a gulp of like
salt water. So
that's a little
that was really
activity.
fun, and I'm kind of bummed that Gabriel didn't get to do that because he was just at the kids club, which isn't like by the water.
They had a slide,
but he didn't want to like come out. So he never
it seems like you dropped him off at the kids club and you didn't see him the rest of the cruise.
Pretty much.
They're just, hey.
He was always the clown.
Like, I think we did actually take him like to the beach, like for like.
We did. I think we did get him out, but he didn't go out to that. I don't know.
And they did actually have like a private section, like for like.
There's a whole nother side of the island, like for the adults. I think. Like,
okay.
Like well, then they have the cabana. The kind where it's like
cabanas, and they had a rope where like you cannot like cross this side.
Okay, so did you have to like rent the cabanas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if people want to that, but so that was the other thing I wanted to point out. Just in general for the whole cruise, it was a Christmas cruise, and it was on Christmas, so it was a full cruise, and not once did we feel like there was a crowd. Like we never felt like overcrowded. We didn't really feel overcrowded with any of the activities that went on. Like we just never really felt crowded. And I've heard, just from like some of the other cruise ships that it can be a nightmare sometimes. And, what you see in the brochure isn't what you get in the pool area. Like it's on the ship. So that was one thing that really stood out to me is that even though it was like a fully loaded cruise, they really try and keep it the way the ship's laid out, they just don't have, I think, that many people, even on a fully loaded cruise, to make it seem like you're on top of each other.
Yeah. So which is so Disney, you know, to pay attention to things like that.
Yeah.
And I would kind of expect that. I have talked with other friends who've gone on the Disney cruises and basically said, you know, we've done Royal, we've done Carnival, we've done Norwegian, we've done Disney, and Disney is just that much better than everybody else. That Disney, that extra mile that they go is definitely there on the cruises as well.
Well, we were really impressed with their cleanliness. And I don't know, I mean, and I kind of noticed that they were one of the cruises that didn't seem to have any kind of issue when all this craziness happened. Like, I didn't really hear too much about their ships, you know, having problems.
I'm sure.
And they had these, and again, the technology is probably there for all the ships, but the kids, whenever they would go to the kids club, they had this like tornado thing they would stick their hands in. And it was a washer. And the kids love it because it's like a wash for their hands, almost like
it was fun.
Yeah. It's kind of angled down and they stick their hands in there, and then this like a tornado of soap, like squirts soap, and it spins around and it like washes their hands for them. So they just kind of stand there and it washes their hands and then they dry, and you have to stay in there until the washing stops, so it keeps the time.
That's really cool.
And then they dry their hands off, so they're like constantly making, you know, the kids, they should allow their hands in the
they should like
washer.
do a dryer thing.
Yeah. And then,
you know, that really doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me that they paid so much attention to cleanliness on the cruises, because when you stay at a Disney resort, they clean all the time. I mean, you know, we you know, if there's like a dribble of coffee left on a counter when you leave in the morning, it's gone when you get back. They're very meticulous in the park, so I'm sure.
And there's like a garbage can like spaced like 15 feet apart, or like 10 feet apart.
Yeah, in the parks. Yeah, you never see garbage like laying around the parks, and it was the same way with the ship. And it just, everything looked like it had a fresh paint job, and I mean, it just very clean. From what I remember from like the other ship that, you know, the other cruise that I'd been on, it just was like night and day as far as like how clean everything seemed. Which ship did you guys go on? I don't think we were
on Dream.
You were on the Dream.
Nice.
There were 4 Disney.
That is a great Spirit jersey.
Yeah. Oh, you can see Cheetos. Oh, I'll see. And then the front's just the cruise emblem.
So there's like 4 ships, and the older ones are the Magic and Wonder, and those actually they don't actually have the aqueduct, so they are smaller than the Fantasy and the Dream. And they also have different restaurants.
And so the Fantasy and the Dream are like, they call them sister ships. So they're pretty much same layout, same.
Right.
Yeah, and then the same with the other 2. And then there's the new ship, the Disney Wish, is coming supposedly December 2021. I don't know if that's but,
and is it a larger ship, Michelle? Is the Wish a little bit larger ship?
I think so.
I wonder. I bet it's a little bit bigger, maybe than others.
Yeah. But they also had pin trading. That was something else we want to talk about.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think.
Section
the
crew came out, and
you could trade with the cast members. And then
so you should take your lanyard, you should take your pins, and
I got like this Pluto one, and it had like the cruise emblem. So I got that from trading. And on Castaway. Oh, I don't know.
Thanks, guys. We have 101 subscribers. You guys push us over 100.
Nice.
we can support the channel. Thanks, Mike.
Anyway, there you go.
That is cool.
The Castaway Key 5K, and like we were saying, that was very early in the morning.
And we got our medal. I have to show them our medal.
I was going to ask about your medal. Oh, the medals. Oh, my God.
Look at that.
It's like a rubber medal. But
okay.
So it's
waterproof medal.
Waterproof.
And like,
I thought you went full Wonder Woman there for a second. Whenever you, I was like, whoa!
It was fun, and it was like really hard. And it was because like,
that is so cool, Michelle.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh,
that's awesome.
I personally liked runnings, and so Mom was she was kind of behind, and then there was these cast members
I wasn't
talking,
in the very back though.
and they were like, this
Hey.
lady with a blue shirt like fell down and like scraped her knee. I was like, oh, mom was wearing that.
I was one of the ones that finished pretty much to the front, like one
I
of
think
the
it
first
took like
finishers.
24 minutes.
Yeah, she was like, she's a runner, so she was like probably like the first in line to finish.
No,
A couple other people. But that's why she was waiting for me, and then she heard like, somebody fell down, so she was like coming back, looking for me. It wasn't me.
And then mom made me film her running across the finish
I
line.
go,
Like,
videotape me running across.
and it was the bike trail, so I saw a sign that was like only like a quarter of a mile left, and there, little did I know there was like a total like a whole another mile, and I thought like
Okay, so obviously you guys signed up for the 5K before you left on the cruise, right?
And then we didn't sign up, no, because I'm always you probably have figured this out, but I'm like a procrastinator, so like I don't plan too much ahead. It's sort of I fly by the seat of my pants. I'm trying to work on that and have a little bit more be a little bit more organized and like plan ahead for things. So I think I kind of planned on doing it and it sounded good. And then like the day of, I thought, oh, did we sign up? I think we forgot. So I did it like
Mr. Gilbert.
Hey Gilbert, I think we did it I think I actually signed up when we were on
then
the
we got
cruise,
numbers.
I think.
Oh, okay. So there were still spots then. Okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend that. If you want to do it, I would sign up.
And then tell them what happened.
Yeah, we totally signed up the last minute because they had a meeting like on the ship. Like everybody got together. They got their numbers. They got the bibs and everything.
Because like we saw everybody were like, where did you get? They're like, oh, there was the meeting last night. We're like, wait, what?
We were in the morning. Like, where do we show up? They're like, didn't you go to the meeting last night? We're like, no.
They're like, oh, so we were lucky enough to get like the numbers on the thing.
Oh god.
Nice.
But it's all those people that planned, you still got your medal just like they did. So
yeah.
it was a lot of fun. I think that would just be tons of fun. The Run Disney looks like a lot of fun.
We've never done one of them, and I know like now they have. I didn't realize you could do them virtually. Like even before all this happened, I still think you could do some of them virtually.
Right.
But I think it would be really fun, like running through the park or something. Of course, I'm not a big runner, so it would be more like a jog or a fast walk. But
I used to be. I'm not so much now. I probably should try to get back to it, but yeah, that's just added another layer, to your vacation. The things that you guys packed into this vacation are just amazing. It just must have been a lot of fun.
So Mr. Jeff.
Hey Jeff. I saw Pam was saying if she had her kids and the kids, she would have been getting called in every 5 minutes or something. I saw that Pam in her comment. Yeah. So we have the other thing about the food is that, and I don't know the other cruises is that our servers went with us from each restaurant, so we were the same staff like every.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really nice to get to know them, and you kind of get to know how long they've been working and how they like it. And it kind of sucks. Like the very first day, I missed out on a meal because I was sick. I got like seasick or something. So I missed out on my meal. It was the Animator's Palette, which was the first night.
That is just sad. To miss a meal, Hannah, that's just heartbreaking.
Well, you know what? They were so good with that because, I was feeling sick too. It was me and Hannah didn't feel so well. And Gabe and Garrett were fine, but they were really
like a whole meal.
Yeah, but I wasn't feeling that good. But they were really good with Hannah because they knew exactly what to do.
They gave me green apple.
To like settle her seasickness and like just you wouldn't think of like we did the Dramamine
and
thing.
Then I felt better and I got a Mickey Premium bar. So
yeah, so they like took care of her as far as that goes. And then
that's great. That's good to know.
And it passed. Like the whole seasickness thing kind of passed. It was just I think that. And that happened the first time I cruised, so I was prepared for that. But after a day at sea, like you're fine. And
I think
then
they have sprinkles on the Mickey bar too.
and then we had really choppy weather on the way
last
back
night.
into
Oh.
the Bahamas back to Port Canaveral. And they said it's typically like that, but the boat was like rocking and rolling. It was like rocking and rolling.
Just having like a
Wow.
rock.
And it was like, wow. And like I was trying to film, like, look, the hangers in the closet are going like this.
Oh,
And we like lost our balance when we were like
wow.
atrium, like down in the big lobby, like shopping.
Because then it shopping.
Yeah, those ships have huge stabilizers, guys. There must have been some
It was
big
rocking and rolling. It was, and because I think it was rock, I didn't feel bad then though. I was like fine. I didn't get sick with that.
Wow.
But it was really interesting because you could actually like see things like moving on the ship. It wasn't like the tables and chairs were sliding by that. It was just kind of, you could see things like moving back.
Yeah.
You could feel it.
some really how
The day we got back, we went to Animal Kingdom like that morning when we got off the ship. We hit Animal Kingdom like first thing so we could get on.
Yeah.
Well, we hit Animal Kingdom. I know we were there.
Yeah.
And I was standing in line and I was like, oh, I don't feel good. I feel like I'm on the ship. Like I feel.
Yeah, you kind of have that motion kind of sticks with you.
Yeah, so there's something called land sickness. I didn't know that there was any.
Oh, I've heard people talk about it. I've never experienced that before, but
Yeah.
I've definitely heard people talk
I
about
had the reverse, getting off the ship.
it. Yeah. Now, I've never had a problem with it necessarily. I know on Carnival, on Carnival cruises, they will give you meclizine. Meclizine works really fast,
Okay.
and they just hand it out. If it's free. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've really, knock wood, I've never had a problem with it. But we have never been out when it was really, really choppy, like what y'all are describing.
That's good.
Well, we were kind of worried about it, but it was kind of cool. But
The servers were really nice, and
Mike says, "Yay, you got 20 likes. Now Hannah can eat." We always tell him when we're streaming, like, if we get 20 likes, then Hannah can have dinner.
Listen,
like,
guys in the chat, we really appreciate y'all being here.
yeah. Thank you.
And thanks for the what do we have? I think Mike said we have 101 subs. Thank you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yay!
Appreciate it, Mike. And over 20 likes. Mike.
So Hannah's trying to keep us on track. She's got stuff she wants to cover.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, well,
I'll tell you the restaurant.
about Castaway Key. Was there anything in particular, Hannah, on about what was your favorite thing about Castaway Key? It's Disney's private island. What did you like the best about it?
I think I hadn't been to like the beach like in like so long, and they had really nice water. Because usually over here it's kind of dark and murky, but it was really nice waters, and you could the sand was very nice, and it was fun swimming, and I enjoyed going on the slide, though it was very cold, and your body does adjust to the temperature after a while.
Right.
And then I liked the 5K. That was fun running, like doing like a Disney run.
Yeah.
We had never done that before. And I think
So you liked everything. And the food was good because they had a barbecue.
yeah, it had a barbecue.
And your servers were there. It was really funny. The servers from the ship were there.
Neat.
Oh, neat. So the servers came off the ship. Wow, that's cool. That's
Wow.
cool.
I'd say that would be my favorite part. And like all in all, it was very tropical. It was cool being there in December, and it was pretty warm. And I don't do well with the heat, so I can't imagine what it's like in like midsummer. Like
Tropical. Yeah, and you get a great view. And there's a great view from your room, if you're on the right side of the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Island.
Well, there is nothing by my way of thinking that compares to tropical water.
yeah,
There's nothing like it. It's absolutely
So pretty.
that Bahamian water, and it's just stunning. And you see pictures of it. I have friends who have never seen Caribbean water in person, and it's amazing. You just don't know how anything could be that pretty and clear and gorgeous, and we love it too. We love it too. Hey, Rachel loves Disney. Thanks for being here.
Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Okay,
So, Hannah, what else were you wanting to cover?
I just wanted to say like the restaurants in the Disney Dream. We have the Animator's Palette, and it's animation.
Okay.
And they have
Really cool.
projections like Crush, and I think he like occasionally talked.
There's like
And
a
then
show.
the second one
Oh,
was the Enchanted Garden, and it kind of felt like you were in maybe a greenhouse.
I don't know.
Okay.
It was just
Nothing particular stood out for me with the restaurant.
felt kind of like you were in a garden.
Animator's Palette, I would have liked to, I think, have gone to there another time. And we only got to eat there once. And that was the thing. I think our cruise was too short. We would recommend taking a longer cruise.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
3 night, and we would recommend like a longer cruise. And
maybe
like,
a 7-day, Michelle, you think?
yeah, a 7-day. I mean, 4 at
6
a minimum. 4 night at a minimum. So, because I would have liked to gone back to Animator's Palette to eat there, especially since we weren't all feeling well that first night. Because I think that was a really cool restaurant.
And then the last restaurant is called the Royal Palace, and
That
that's
was
where
nice.
we ate on the last night. I tried escargot
Yeah.
just to say.
Nice.
That one was nice. And the other thing I noticed is that, and I think Garrett might have requested it, but you actually we got our own table. Like, so we weren't at a long table with other families.
Because you do sometimes have to share. We got our
But I noticed a lot of set tables like that. So it was more like 4 topper, like 4, like, tables of 4 than like 10. So, we just happened to be a family of 4. So it worked out well that we seemed to have our own table.
And I think we sat here somewhat like the same family each restaurant. So you kind of see the same people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Was there anything else that you wanted to mention in particular, Hannah? I know I've got a couple other questions. Favorite parts?
I think the servers really make it more special.
I was going to say the show, the Beauty and the Beast show.
That was my next question about shows and activities.
And we got to watch the Rise of the Skywalker,
right?
In 3D.
When it released it. So we got to see it in 3D.
Wow.
And we got to watch the Maleficent Mistress of Evil. So we watched it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that was really neat getting to see the Rise of Skywalker, especially in 3D, because I didn't even know, that it came out. I didn't even know that was an option. So that was really cool.
Awesome.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Amazing theater.
We're having kitty cat problems here.
So we watched Beauty and the Beast on the Disney Dream, and it was just like a Broadway production. It was like really, really amazing.
Wow.
Now, I have heard their theater is just over the top. Their productions are Broadway quality.
Yeah.
We're pretty.
A lot of fun. So we got to do that, and we didn't.
I think they watched it while I was in Kid Club.
Yeah,
I watched it on like the videos. That was nice.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think you were in the Kids Club. Yeah, so we plopped them there quite frequently.
Now I've also heard that people like decorate their doors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
the doors are the doors are metal because it's a ship.
Okay.
So like magnets. We did ours with it was like the little circle on the door.
Yeah, they had like a look.
So we had little lights, little magnetic looking Christmas lights, and so we did it like in a circle, like around the.
So it kind of looked like it was
door.
lit up, and then we had some Disney's themed one because of course you need Disney to have. It's a Disney cruise, and we had like Mickey. Like the Mickey face, I think like his foot, his hand, and his shorts.
And I want to say Garrett got them on Amazon or something. Like I don't know if he got them through Disney or he just got them on Amazon. But it's just anything that's magnet can stick on the door. And I saw like families had stockings.
Ours is kind of pretty underwhelming compared to other people. They're like 5th anniversary.
The Smith's family, Christmas
they had like
vacation,
each
matching,
one.
So it was really fun just looking how all the rooms were decorated too.
It was.
Cool.
Yeah.
I heard something else too. There was a former coworker that I had mentioned I don't know if y'all had this on your floor, but she, I guess a couple of the cruises that she had been on with Disney, they had like some sort of thing that you could put stuff in like outside your room. And so like people on her floor like exchanged gifts. I don't know if y'all saw that or what.
I didn't see
I
that.
don't think we
Yeah.
have
I'm not that
that.
observant.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
didn't
cool.
see that, but I know like
Yeah.
I think maybe people put up like whiteboards or something, maybe so they can write
Okay.
to each other. Like on
I
their-
gotcha.
Notes and messages.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And
And
then-
then the other thing we didn't say was they have a pirate night on the ship, and up on deck, you know,
Yeah.
up on the full deck, and then
There you
they
go.
have fireworks.
Yeah, off
So they
the
shoot
Man.
fireworks.
Oh, fun. Okay, so you could dress. You could probably do like do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
up
everybody
as a
dressed-
pirate.
Dress up, and so
You
that
can
was
see
pirate night.
characters as well.
Like character meet and greets.
That is so cool.
It was
It
a little
is.
drizzly that night, but they still did the fireworks show. And then of
Neat.
course I have to mention the aqueduct because
Oh,
that's like
yes.
it's like a water slide that goes all the way around the
Ship. It goes.
Yeah.
pool deck of the ship, and it's
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I wanted it on a couple of times. I think I was the first one to ride it, and it said 30 minutes for the wait time,
But
but
it
it
wasn't that bad.
really wasn't that long. I mean,
Okay.
it was probably maybe only 10, 15 minutes.
and I think you could go down 2 at a time. I think 2, maybe 3. I don't know the limit.
Uh-huh.
At a time, and you
That
usually
looks really cool.
has to be in front and the bigger
Yeah.
person in the back. And I think kind of how like at the Disney park you have to be like 14 years or older to be with like a kid under 7. See, there is an age limit, I believe, but it is,
Yeah, probably you have to be old enough. Gabriel
it
went
is
on it,
fun.
though. And then they have like
Cool.
area for the kids.
Yeah, that's like
fun, and it's
Finding
shaded, and
Nemo
it's actually
thing.
shaded, which is nice because kids get sunburned easy. So
Yeah.
and then there's a whole adult section, and they even had like a coffee bar. Like I think that was maybe for the adult section, kind of like not a Starbucks, but it's like a little lounge, but it's like a nice where it's bright and sunny, but there's like tables, and it's kind of like a
And I
coffee
think
shop
they had
atmosphere.
the buffet, which is where you go to get breakfast from.
That's not where
Okay.
this wasn't at the buffet. It was like in the middle of the ship, kind of down by a pool deck. So it was kind of like a nice, relaxing place to just get a coffee or just kind of hang out and chill away from like all the craziness. And honestly, that ship was big, and we didn't see everything. Like
Yeah,
we
we
realized we missed like
Wow.
we explored
Floor.
the ship.
There's
And we
a
missed-
goofy like center where you could. There's like a
Wow.
basketball.
there was like a
court, there's
basketball
miniature
court that we
call.
never even saw.
Man.
So, yeah, we missed all that.
Man.
So we have to
Wow.
See how that those
Of
ships
course.
are-
Going to the pool on the ship.
Yeah,
And
we
We
went-
have stayed on
What
ships.
Is that they had like a movie playing, while you were in the pool.
Oh yeah, you could sit by the pool deck and watch a movie.
Neat.
And I just want to point out, I know we're like running out of time, but I rented a stroller. So we brought our stroller, but I got it from Scooter Bug or something like that from Orlando. And that was awesome because they just dropped it off at the resort hotel.
Yeah,
And,
that's
and
the way to go.
and you
Is to
just
rent
when you got
strollers.
there, and then when you were leaving, you just dropped it back off. So that was
Yeah.
easy,
Nice.
easy breezy. And the stroller, was a nice one. So pretty cheap. So if you need a stroller, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say I appreciate the tips because I'm hoping at some point we'll be able to take Wyatt. It's great to hear that they I guess pay extra attention to security and everything too. And that peace of mind would be huge on a cruise ship out in the water.
Yeah.
And I think you're able to tour the place.
Yeah, and you can tour the kids club like before it officially like opens. They have like a
Okay.
open house so you can go and see because they won't let you in. They don't let people go like in there once it's like
Yeah.
actively watching kids because they don't
Right.
funny business going on. But yeah,
Yeah,
so.
very cool. Glad to hear that. I was going to say, Jillian, I obviously want to keep my son safe too, but yeah, for a mom, that's huge. And peace of mind is huge.
Well, the security, and
Yeah.
there again, Disney goes above and beyond. They really do. So it's good. It's good to know that they have so many security measures in place. And I expect that from Disney. They just they set the bar really high. So that's good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's see. If there's anything else that that we wanted to ask, what about during the day? Most cruise ships, like I know on Carnival, when you come back to your cabin, there's like your towel animal on the bed, and then they have like a schedule for the next day. Did they do that kind of thing, or was it more? Or was it on the
animal? They did the animal and like the candy, because like Pirate Night, they did. I don't know what was it, a pirate head or something, but I know that they had the gold coins and the gold
bandanas.
And they give us bandanas, and then the gold coins, like the gold coin chocolates, were they the eyes of the pirate head or something?
They were like the gold coins.
Oh,
Yeah, they folded the chocolate into the
the towels.
And it was actually the towel, and they used the blanket that was like at the foot of the bed, like the kind of the decorating at the foot of the bed. They folded that up, and then they used the towel, and then they used like the chocolate or something to make the pirate head. But everything got destroyed sometimes before I got to take a picture of it.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm sure that's true. Jeff.
It was something different each night, and yeah, they gave us the Mickey Mouse,
souvenirs, and we do. Sorry, we actually use them for like our streams. I think for like the Survival Friday kind of bandana, like.
Well, Garrett also said that if you're going to shop on the ship, like if you have a Disney Visa card, like wait to shop toward the end, because then you get a 10% discount or something. We get you get a 10% discount off your shopping, which is always everybody wants a discount.
And, like on the very last night, we got like the spirit jersey in our ears, and
then they let you do your tip at the end. They just put something in your room, and then you can like add, what they kind of do the recommended amount, and then you can add what you want. So you don't have to worry about tipping people like throughout the cruise or anything like that.
Okay.
It's like one people at the end.
It's just at the end you can do that and leave it.
And if you are going, just hope you get like a good server, because you're stuck with them for the amount of days.
Yeah, I'm sure if they were bad, they would change it.
Yeah, I would think that any Disney server is probably going to be pretty good. But it is really cool that because on the cruises that we've been on, you kind of you develop a relationship, with your servers and your cabin stewards, and so it's nice that on the Disney cruise they follow you from restaurant to restaurant.
Yeah,
kind of get to know them.
Yeah, because they would bring, when we would sit down, they'd already bring us our drink, like they knew what the kids would like to drink.
Yeah,
kind of had it all dialed in. So
that's cool.
Cruising is that's what we love about cruising. Cruising is a vacation. You don't have to think about, okay, we got to go to Walmart and we've got to get this and we've got to stop and get gas and where are we going to eat? None of that. You don't think about it.
Yeah, you don't have to think about it. And even when we go to the Disney parks, it's not a vacation because we're getting up at like 4 a.m. to get to the boat drop, and then we stay at the park till it closes. We only sleep like
6 hours, maybe.
like 5 hours when we're at the parks because we just go from rope drop till closing. So
y'all are a Disney family after our own hearts.
We're good. I was just like, man, we can just kick back and relax and hang out on the ship and.
It's fantastic. Your biggest worry is just making sure you've got clothes on your body before you walk out, and it's fantastic. We absolutely love it, and really. We will do a Disney cruise at some point. And so,
I was just looking at the chat, like Jeff was saying, once you do a Disney cruise, you'll never do another Disney cruise. And
exactly.
And I'll say a Disney cruise is worth the money, especially the kids' activities. And she said she went on Carnival and it cost extra for the kids. So
yeah.
Okay. Jeff said, let's go. Garrett's buying.
And then the last thing is if you do go, be ready because, and Jeff, about this, and I don't know if I can explain it, but things change, so you would have to look into it. But be prepared to book your next cruise before you get off the ship because they have good. At the other cruises, but if you're not used to going, you might not be ready for that. So to think ahead, because I think when I was talking to Jeff and Ange, it's like you get a discount on the deposit, or you get a really good deal, like to book
Right.
a cruise.
That's
You
what I've
have,
heard.
like, you have like a lot of years to use it, and it almost sounded like you could cancel and that got penalized. Don't quote me on that. Like, you'd have to go and look at the rules. But we weren't ready. We weren't like prepared for that. So we were like, oh no, like we didn't do it. And now we're kind of kicking ourselves because we had so much fun. It's like, well, if we didn't have to cruise for like 3 more years, maybe it would have been worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's something to really think about. And a lot of people don't realize that if you are in the parks and you're staying at a Disney resort, I forget what do they call that, William? If you book your next Disney vacation, you get a huge discount. If you book while you're same thing. You book while you're
I can't remember.
in the parks.
Oh.
There's a term for it and I can't think of what it is, but normally if you're staying in a Disney resort, you actually get that offer like on, the next to last day or the last day of your stay. And so you can make that decision, whether or not to book again. I'm trying to, it's not a rollback offer. I can't think of it, but yeah. So they do that at Disney resorts as well.
Yeah, so else says it pays to book a placeholder. So maybe that's what they call it, like you're booking a placeholder.
Right.
So, and I don't even know if you have to even pick the cruise you want. It's just like, we're going to go on a future cruise, and like, here's our like that. But something to look into and just be ready if you do go.
Right. To think of it. Well, and again, you could kind of look into it ahead of time and be ready, for the offer. That's the thing with us. We're hoping to go the annual pass route for Walt Disney World in the not too distant future when they get that open back up, because we're going to go to the parks. I mean, we're just going to do that. It's something that we love. Obviously, we're a Disney family and we're going to do it. So why not go ahead and do the annual pass? And that way, you find a cheap flight into Orlando, we're there. So
is it closer for you to go to Orlando than Disneyland? Are you halfway?
We're probably halfway. We're close.
Pretty much. I think we're about halfway. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in Northeast Texas, so we're and as much as we love Texas, that's one drawback. It's not close to either park.
Do you prefer one or the other, or?
We've been to Disney World a lot, I guess, much more frequently, but we love Disneyland. In fact, Jillian, was on vacation. She wouldn't be able to be on the stream with us tonight, but she was just telling me the other day, she was like, the next time we go, I'd really like to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because she just had such a great time.
Yeah. For us, they're so different. It's really hard to compare them. Bang for your buck. Obviously, Disney World has 4 parks.
Right.
It's a lot bigger. But for people who, and I always tell people this, if you are a true Disney fan and you've only ever done Disney World, then you absolutely have to do Disneyland, because
absolutely
it has and y'all know this because it's your home park. It has a totally different feel to it. Disneyland is so special. And if you consider yourself to be a true Disney fan, you have to do Disneyland. Absolutely. There's a feeling when you walk into Disneyland and you look over, to the firehouse and you see that light in the window. Nothing compares.
It's like the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just makes it feel really special because
you're kind of stepping back in history almost.
Yeah.
Like you're just,
even though it's small, it there's a lot to take in.
Oh, for sure. I was gonna say, I like baseball. Grew up, in Texas. Close to Dallas. So I was a Texas Rangers fan, but watched the Atlanta Braves and the Chicago Cubs on TV a lot growing up because they were on all the time on TBS and WGN. And I went to Chicago back in 2015, and It's an old ballpark. Wrigley is iconic. The ivory outfield wall and everything. And I showed up, and you could just kind of feel the history.
Right.
And that like walking into Disneyland for the first time, like that's the only other time I've kind of had that feeling where I was like, man, like it's exactly
like,
how you described it. Like you're stepping back in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually felt that way when I walked into Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium, for the first time. It was like the air is just thick with history. It's pretty amazing. And Disneyland is like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very, very special place. So
it is, yeah. We like it. Like we love the Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World because there's so many different things, and I'm a huge fan of Epcot. I just wish it didn't have all the walls up when we were there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But just having all those different. It's funny because I'd been there a long time ago, so things seem bigger when you're younger. Like when you get older, things seem to be smaller than you remember them. But just the whole World Showcase area is just really neat. Going to the different countries and different cultural foods and things like that. I really enjoy that. And we didn't even get to all of them when we were there. So
it's a lot of ground to cover for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, happy to have you guys back and talk about Disneyland. I would love for
you.
This is really fun. We hope you found it helpful.
Oh, for sure. I'm super excited. I can't wait for Jillian to get home just so we could start, looking ahead to potentially doing a Disney cruise.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I've heard other people say what Jeff at Diz Our Dream said. If you go on the Disney cruise, all the others are just a little bit less magical. That Disney ups the experience, on the cruises just like they do in the parks. So
especially if
pretty cool.
Kids.
Yeah.
So y'all will definitely cruise again.
Yeah, and like I said today, we were really excited because it's they're celebrating the 65th anniversary of the park, and so a lot of new memorabilia came out today, and so
that's just like 5 years ago. So we were
they just had the
diamond
celebration, but it's just gonna be interesting because we're not able to be there at the park, celebration, and they always do the celebration so big. And I think because of that, even some of that merchandise is even more popular because it's so grasp that people can get of the park, that they can't get to. So
I hope there's something left. I don't know how we missed that, William. If there's something left, I would love to.
We got able to get some pins, and I got the Spirit jersey, and
hopefully you guys.
Oh, you did get a Spirit jersey?
Yeah, I got the Spirit jersey. It's really cute. It's like navy. It looks like it's navy blue with maybe like some sparkly stuff.
Oh,
and it says like happiest place on earth, like in the back.
I'll have to look.
Blue and light blue and white, like writing to like alternate, like kind of.
Oh wow! I am so jealous. I William can tell you, I'm addicted to Spirit jerseys.
Oh yeah.
He's bought me.
Yeah, we might talk about that. We might talk about that.
In all fairness, William, you have fed that obsession. You've bought me 2 Spirit jerseys.
Yeah, did I buy you your first one? I think there was one.
You bought.
It's like the seafoam green one.
Spirit jerseys. You bought
is that? It's not the child one, the baby Yoda.
I got her that one too.
Could have seen so much more at Disney World if they weren't walking around in circles so much.
Yeah. If my navigation was working, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely have to look up that Spirit jersey again. I hope there's something left, from today. But we wouldn't have been
Michelle,
because we're busy.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I was asking Michelle what she was saying. We were all kind of talking there once about the Spirit jerseys.
Oh no, I was just saying that maybe like when we're on tomorrow night, I think we're streaming, so we might maybe talk a little bit about that experience because it was quite an experience we had today.
Oh, there you go. That would be good.
Yeah, for sure. We'll keep an eye out for that. I guess along those lines, what is your streaming schedule? Do you have any channel announcements or anything you'd like to share?
Well, we stream.
We're trying to change it around a little bit. Maybe on Wednesdays, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do, but we do.
The story of our life. Yeah, I mean, trying to have like more of a certain topic. But we stream. Yeah, so we stream Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 6 o'clock Pacific. which is 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Garrett, if you want to drop some links in the chat, go ahead. If you want to drop scheduling links or anything like that.
Yeah. So Sunday night is our game night, and then Friday night, we were doing kind of like Survival Friday, sort of like a fun kind of something, helpful, maybe some helpful survival information, or learning, how not to drown or be safe with the fireworks, or or what eating food in quarantine or survival food, trying to.
Those are fun.
Nice.
Day.
But intertwined with some Disney stuff, or maybe a game or two there. And then Wednesdays we did a little bit with Funkos. We like Funko Pop. So I think as far as that, we're still gonna mix it in with some Disney stuff.
And then on Saturday, we sometimes
we
do
like
spill the tea.
Spilling the tea with Hannah and Michelle.
And it's just like a very mellow stream.
But we might be doing that tomorrow night too. So
We'll be watching. Well, we are subscribed, and I have rung that bell so we get notifications when you go live or upload a video. So if I'm not otherwise occupied, I always come in. So we appreciate
that, and you've been so good about watching our old videos, our old streams.
I have. Oh my gosh, I've really enjoyed those, guys. Get over if you're not subscribed to Monarch Moments. Maybe everybody here in the chat is, but if you're not subscribed, great content. I love your Disneyland streams. The one where you were serenaded on the trolley by the Dapper Dance made me cry, brought me to tears. That was one of the coolest. I love the Dapper Dance.
Yeah.
And William, I was telling William about it. In fact, today, or might have been yesterday, we were talking about it, how cool that video was. So, I can't wait for y'all to be able to get back in the parks and take us with you via the live streams.
I know.
And it's even
so
more
excited.
special if you're able to chat with the people if you're there.
It's really fun to be able to
hopefully we can go back and we can
bring our friends with us when we're there, and we also
and I do like streaming if we're at the park over videos, because it feels like you're with somebody and
and they can help you when you get lost in the park, like Mike and Jeff. They're like, "Oh, you're going the wrong way."
Well, and we look forward to, our channel is kind of young. We're not even a year old yet that we've been doing this. And so we look forward to, to getting into the parks and live streaming too, because, we're from Texas. We don't live near the parks. We're not annual pass holders yet. And so, all these Diz Our Dream, Angela and Jeff have been live streaming in the parks, and RTV1 and so many of our great YouTubers. And we love it because, living in Texas, we can't go all the time. And it's like we're there. We're able to go virtually through our live streamers, and we just love it.
And they make it look easier than it is sometimes. Like we've had some of those live stream gimbal fails.
We were talking about that today. William and I've got to, work out the whole gimbal thing and get it all figured out. But we'll figure it out. That's
the other thing is you're going and you want to go somewhere and show people, but then the thing, then your signal doesn't want to cooperate with you. So
right.
Frustrating. You're like,
And that being said, make sure you subscribe to the Hitchhiking Bones. They just reached a milestone of 100 subscribers.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for putting us over the top.
Oh yeah,
your new try the gray stuff.
The gray stuff video.
I watched it. You, Miss Donna, and Kylie made it, and it looked good. The Oreos, and you got pudding, and then you put it in the fridge for 2 hours, and then you added Cool Whip, and then you crunched up the Oreo cookies, and it was doubled stuff. You made it look really good. Sprinkles.
No bake, which is always good. And it's a Disney recipe. It's the gray stuff from Beauty and the Beast and Be Our Guest restaurant in Walt Disney World. So
now that restaurant we have to try. I heard it's really good themed. Have you guys been there or to the?
And it's a restaurant. We didn't get there either.
Yeah, it was really cool. Man, I wish I had the cup over here. There's this like goblet that I've got, and Jillian made fun of me because I'm pretty chill for the most part, but every now and then she's like, every now and then you decide to be a little bit extra, and so I got this giant goblet that like lights up on the bottom and like turns red and blue. Yeah, I'll have to break that out for a future stream. It's got like a castle on the bottom.
It lights and flashes.
We've got a few of those flashy cups ourselves.
So it was funny because there was a college class where a couple of my classmates called me King Will. And so every now and then King Will decides to make an appearance again. And so at the Be Our Guest restaurant was definitely a place where King Will came back out.
Well, if we ever go back, we have to try that. That's like one of the things I always saw, because I never actually thought I'd be going to Disney World, and it looked like they had like so much of a variety to pick from.
Yeah.
More like 6 parks.
We hope to get back there. It's just real hard with the airfare. It's real. It's
I imagine.
We just have to kind of watch. We have some friends who live in California, not too far from Disney, and so it's nice if we can catch a cheap flight. A lot of times we can crash at their house, and they're happy to see us, and we get to visit with them and go to Disney. So
that's nice.
So watch for those cheap flights, guys.
Yeah, we will keep our eyes peeled. So.
Do y'all have a video by chance on your cruise experience out there on your channel?
Yeah, I'm sure we've got. I'm sure we do. We have a lot.
I'll have to dig for that.
Add it into like one more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It wasn't a live stream because we didn't live stream when we were on the cruise, so it would have been a video. So yeah, we do.
Cool. I have to track that one down.
Yeah, definitely.
If not, we can always make one.
So it probably came out like in January. It probably posted sometime in January because.
Okay, cool.
All
right, so y'all can check that out, and I'll be watching some more of your videos too, because there's a lot. Y'all have a lot of great content out there.
Same with we've been to the Halloween parties too, and that's like a whole nother topic. So,
we have so much to talk about.
It is. So y'all have to come on again. We really appreciate it, guys.
And we had so much fun
being here.
Yes,
thank
you for inviting us.
Yeah, no problem. Want to do a quick roundup here. I tried to snag everybody. If I missed you in the chat, I'm so sorry. But I wanted to give everybody a quick shout out since we have so many people in the chat tonight. Let's see. Thank you to Rachel Loves Disney, Life with Roxana, Diz Our Dream, Danester TV, AJC Magic TV, Team Marie Photography, Rayleigh Creative Travel, Mickey's Girls, J&N Travels, Jeffrey Resendez, Griswold Family Vacay, Shelly Starwalker, Big Disney Fan, Pam's Fam, Stephen Bone, my brother. Let's see, Mike Wheeler, Jonathan Chong, and last but not least, Monarch Moments. Thank you guys so much for coming on the channel with us tonight.
I really appreciate it.
It's been a lot of fun, guys, and thanks for getting us over 100 subs. We appreciate that too.
Woo. Well, it's all your work, all your hard work.
Well, we love it. We're enjoying it, and just like so many people in the chat have channels, and it's just this community. We just have a really great community, Disney community here. Like with y'all, it's just amazing to me, how we could feel so close to people we've never physically met.
Right. It's
really amazing. Yeah. So, but we really appreciate y'all being here, and we'll call you again to come back and talk about Disneyland some, because we would love to do that.
Cool.
I'd like to talk about Funko Pops too. I've got a few myself. Jillian says I have too many.
Yeah, once you start,
we can be a bad influence.
Yeah. Not a good thing to put together as much as we much as we all love Funkos.
Yeah, I was gonna say Julian is trying to shut me down, but I've kind of got the Haunted Mansion slogan going. You know, there's always room for one more.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Funko Pops.
Well,
Yes.
Funko Pop, yes.
You're on.
Thanks, Garrett.
Say goodbye. Do you want to say goodbye? Gabe's like over here sticking things under my leg.
Hey, Gabe. Nice to see
Hey,
you.
Gabe.
Just a couple things I wanted to mention. Hollywood Studios and Epcot open officially tomorrow, guys. So yeah, Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom opened a few days ago, and they've done some pass holder previews and what have you. But yeah, Hollywood Studios and Epcot open tomorrow officially. Yay! So and check yeah, there'll be some streamers in there that we can watch, I'm sure. So.
Pam says hi, Gabe.
Hi.
So definitely. And also just another quick note. Annual pass holders can make more reservations, get those park passes again on July 17th. They had been kind of, cut off there, I think, for the amount of passes that they could make. They open those up again for annual pass holders. You can make more park reservations on July 17th. So if you're an annual pass holder and you had used up all of your park passes, you can get more. So
Sweet.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Right. Check out our new video. Kylie and I made the gray stuff from Beauty and the Beast. It's on the channel. Check that out. It's really, really good. If you've ever wondered what's in the gray stuff, check out the video. It's good and it's really easy to make. Common ingredients you can get at your grocery store. So definitely check that out.
All right.
And anything else, guys?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Are y'all? Let's see. Y'all are on YouTube.
We passed.
Yeah, y'all are on YouTube, Instagram.
Mine is My Monarch Moments.
And Papa Monarch or Garrett is up_grape soda 65.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. All right.
We'll have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, y'all. I was just going to say we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at the Hitchhiking Bones. Like, subscribe, ring the bell to the Hitchhiking Bones and Monarch Moments, and then I think that about covers it. Thanks, everyone. Again,
everybody in the chat. Really, thanks, guys, for being here. We so appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really
Thank you, everybody, for supporting this awesome channel.
Thanks for being here. It is really nice to have you.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We'll do it again real soon.
And thanks, Garrett. We know you were kind of being a social butterfly, pun intended, in the chat there. So, we appreciate you guys. Okay.
All right. Thanks, everyone. And hurry back.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone. Thank you so much.